Hey y'all, welcome back to the Free Black Women's Library Short Storytime series. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the support for this channel and for this series. I appreciate y'all. As always, I'm coming to you from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Represent for my borough. Yeah. Coming to you from Brooklyn. Got a nice little new setup here. Got myself a little tripod, so feeling very professional up in this piece, you know what I'm saying? But either who, let's get into today's story. It's a good one, all right? It is called Night Women, and it is written by a brilliant Black woman writer named Edwidge Danticat. She is a Haitian writer, and the name of the collection that this story appears in is called Crick Crack. So Crick Crack came out in the 90s. It's an award winner, as you can see from this fancy little sticker on there. It was a National Book Award finalist, and among other things, it is awesome. And she is actually a very prolific writer. She's got a ton of amazing books out. So if you're not familiar with Edwidge Danticat's work, definitely check her out. Give her a Google and you'll see a long list of titles. And I recommend all of them. They're all amazing. A young adult book called Untwined, another novel called Breath, Eyes, Memory, a memoir style book called Brother, I'm Dying. Create Dangerously is another really good one. So definitely check her out. She is really on point with her writing, with her character development, with the way her stories unfold. I love her work. And without further ado, let's get into today's story. Also, don't forget, check out the description, check out the captions, and see the writing prompts, discussion questions, the journaling, self-reflection type questions that I have created for you that are inspired by this short story. See if they get you to thinking, get you to writing, get you to feeling, get you to creating. Talk about them with the people that you're quarantined with and let me know what comes up from those conversations, you know? This is for fun. This is not to be taken super seriously. It's just a chance to reflect, a chance to think, a chance to, you know, be inspired by the brilliance, intelligence, creativity, imagination of Black women writers. That's what this is all about. So that's my ramble. You guys know I always like to ramble a little bit in my videos before I get into the story. So that's what that was. Let's get into it. Night Women. I cringe from the heat of the night on my face. I feel as bare as open flesh. Tonight, I am much older than the 25 years that I have lived. The night is the time I dread most in my life. Yet, if I am to live, I must depend on it. Shadows shrink and spread over the lace curtain as my son slips into bed. I watch as he stretches from a little boy into the broom size of a man. His height melting the innocent fabric that splits our one-room house into two spaces, two mats, two worlds. For a brief second, I almost mistake him for the ghost of his father, an old lover who disappeared with the night's shadows a long time ago. My son's bed stays nestled against the corner, far from the peeking jalousies. I watch as he digs furrows in the pillow with his head. He shifts his small body carefully so as not to crease his Sunday clothes. He wraps my long blood-red scarf around his neck, the one I wear myself during the day to tempt my suitors. I let him have it at night so that he always has something of mine when my face is out of sight. I watch as his shadow resting still on the curtain. My eyes are drawn to him, like the stars peeking through the small holes in the roof that none of my suitors will fix for me, because they like to watch a scrap of the sky while lying on their naked backs on my mat. A firefly buzzes around the room, finding him and not me. Perhaps it is a mosquito that has learned the gift of lighting itself. He always slaps the mosquito's dead on his face without even waking. In the morning, he will have tiny blood spots on his forehead, as though he has spent the whole night kissing a woman with wide open flesh wounds on her face. In his sleep, he squirms and groans as though he's already discovered that there is pleasure in touching himself. We have never talked about love. What would he need to know? Love is one of those lessons that you grow to learn. The way one learns that one shoe is made to fit a certain foot, lest it cause discomfort. There are two kinds of women, day women and night women. I am stuck between the day and night in a golden amber bronze. My eyes are the color of dirt, almost copper if I am standing in the sun. I want to wear my matted tresses in braids as soon as I learn to do my whole head without numbing my arms. Most nights I hear a slight whisper. My body freezes as I wonder how long it would take for him to cross the curtain and find me. He says, "Mommy?" I say, "Darling." Somehow in the night, he always calls me in whispers. I hear the buzz of his transistor radio. It is shaped like a can of cola. One of my suitors gave it to him to plug into his ear so he can stay asleep while Mommy works. There is a place in Villa Rose where ghost women ride the crests of waves while brushing the stars out of their hair. There they woo strollers and leave the stars on the path for them. There are nights that I believe that those ghost women are with me. As much as I know that there are women who sit up through the night and undo patches of cloth that they have spent the whole day weaving. These women, they destroy their toil so that they will always have more to do. And as long as there's work, they will not have to lie next to the lifeless soul of a man whose scent still lingers in another woman's bed. The way my son reacts to my lips, stroking his cheeks, decides for me if he's asleep. He is like a butterfly fluttering on a rock that stands out naked in the middle of a stream. Sometimes I see in the folds of his eyes a longing for something that's bigger than myself. We are like faraway lovers, lying to one another under different moons. When my smallest finger caresses the narrow cleft beneath his nose, sometimes his tongue slips out of his mouth and he licks my fingernail. He moans and turns away, perhaps thinking that this too is part of the dream. I whisper my mountain stories in his ear. Stories of the ghost women and the stars in their hair. I tell him of the deadly snakes lying at one end of a rainbow and the hat full of gold lying at the other end. I tell him that if I cross a stream of glass clear hibiscus, I can make myself a goddess. I blow on his long eyelashes to see if he's truly asleep. My fingers coil themselves into visions of birds on his nose. I want him to forget that we live in a place where nothing lasts. I know that sometimes he wonders why I take such painstaking care. Why do I draw half moons on my sweaty forehead and spread crimson powders on the rise of my cheeks? We put on his ruffled Sunday suit, and I tell him that we are expecting a sweet angel, and where angels tread, the host must be as beautiful as floating hibiscus. In his sleep, his fingers tug his shirt ruffles loose. He licks his lips from the last piece of sugar candy stolen from my purse. No more, or your teeth will turn black. I have forgotten to make him brush the mint leaves against his teeth. He does not know that one day a woman like his mother may judge him by the whiteness of his teeth. It doesn't take long before he is snoring softly. I listen for the shy laughter of his most pleasant dreams. dreams of angels skipping over his head and occasionally resting their pink heels on his nose. I hear him humming a song, one of the madrigals they still teach children on very hot afternoons in public schools. Compère Jacques, dormez-vous? Brother Jacques, are you asleep? The hibiscus rustle in the night outside. I sing along to help him sink deeper into his sleep. I apply another layer of the Egyptian rouge to my cheeks. There are some sparkles in the powder, which make it easier for my visitor to find me in the dark. Emmanuel will come tonight. He is a doctor who likes big buttocks on women, but my small ones will do. He comes on Tuesdays and Saturdays. He arrives bearing flowers as though he's come to court me. Tonight, he brings me bougainvillea. It is always a surprise. How is your wife? I ask. Not as beautiful as you. On Mondays and Thursdays, it is an accordion player named Alexandra. He likes to make the sound of the accordion with his mouth in my ear. The rest of the night, he spends with his breadfruit head rocking on my belly button. Should my son wake up, I have prepared my fabrication. One day he will grow too old to be told that a wandering man is a mirage and that naked flesh is a dream. I will tell him that his father has come, that an angel brought him back from heaven for a while. The stars slowly slip away from the hole in the roof as the doctor sinks deeper and deeper beneath my body. He throbs and pants. I cover his mouth to keep him from screaming. I see his wife's face in the beads of sweat marching down his chin. He leaves with his body soaking from the dew of our flesh. He calls me an avalanche, a waterfall, when he is satisfied. After he leaves at dawn, I sit outside and smoke a dry tobacco leaf. I watch the piece worker women march one another to the open market, half a day's walk from where they live. I thank the stars that at least I have the days to myself. When I walk back into the house, I hear the rise and fall of my son's breath. Quickly, I lean my face against his lips to feel the calming heat from his mouth. Mommy, have I missed the angels again? He whispers softly while reaching for my neck. I slip into the bed next to him and rock him back to sleep. Darling, the angels have themselves a lifetime to come to us. All right, y'all. So that was Night Women, written by the amazing Edwidge Danticat. It is from a collection of stories called Click Clack, written and published in the 90s. I believe it first came out in 91. Since then, it has been reprinted again and again because it is an extremely popular short story collection. So definitely check it out. Check out the captions, check out the descriptions, and let me know what you think of this story. Let me know how you feel about the setup, the characters, the writing, and if you have any suggestions about short stories that you think I should check out, written by Black women specifically or Black non-binary folks, please send those titles my way. I would love to check them out. I have a long list of stories to share with you, but I'm always open for suggestions and for ideas. All right, so that's it. Thanks, y'all. Be safe out there.